Imagine a world where the banks don't own the money and the governments don't own the banks. Imagine a single entity that knows what you're going to buy, where you're going to live, and when the next market crash is coming days before it happens. This isn't science fiction. This is the reality of Aladdin, the AI brain of BlackRock. Today, we aren't just talking about money. We are talking about the code that runs the world. If you want to survive the 2026 financial reset, you need to understand the three companies that own almost everything you see. The invisible giants, BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street. Together, they manage over $20 trillion in assets. To put that in perspective, that's more than the entire GDP of China. They are the top shareholders in Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and even the companies that make the food in your pantry. But they aren't just passive investors. Through their voting rights, they dictate the environmental, social, and governance policies of the world's largest corporations. They are the invisible board of directors for the entire planet. Aladdin, the AI overlord. But the real power isn't just the money, it's the data. BlackRock's Aladdin system monitors over $21 trillion in assets for thousands of other firms. It runs millions of simulations every second, predicting geopolitical shifts and economic ripples. It is the closest thing to a financial crystal ball that has ever existed. When Aladdin says sell, the world sells. When it says buy, a bubble is born. This is why the gap between the 1% and everyone else is widening. The 1% are trading with an AI that sees the future. The debt trap. While you're taught to save, they are taught to leverage. The current global financial system is built on a house of cards called debt. Every dollar in your pocket is someone else's debt. In the next 24 months, we are entering the Great Debt Reset. As interest rates fluctuate, the small players will be wiped out, and the giants, those with the most cash and the best data, will buy up the distressed assets for pennies on the dollar. This is how empires are built during crises. The 2026 strategy. So how do you play a game when the house owns the AI? First, you stop being a consumer and start being an owner. You don't buy the products these companies sell, you buy the companies themselves. Diversification is for those who don't understand the system. Concentration is for those who do. We are moving into an era where hard assets, real estate, gold, and decentralized digital assets are the only lifeboats left. Conclusion: the era of the individual investor is over. We are now in the era of the institutional mastermind. You can either be a victim of the algorithm or you can learn to ride its waves. The matrix is real, but it's not made of code. It's made of compound interest and institutional voting rights. If you want to stay ahead of the reset, subscribe and turn on notifications. The reset is coming, but for those who are prepared, it is the greatest opportunity in history.